Sometimes a movie just has to decide what kind of movie it wants to be. This, I think, is the case with the movie 21 Jump Street. I'll explain shortly. First of all, 21 Jump Street is a property that was a television show first. Of course, Johnny Depp got his start on that show. And now is a modern day movie. Not a new thing. Take an old TV show, turn it into a movie. How does it work this time? Well, it's interesting. I think the movie is of two minds. It can't decide if it wants to be a straight comedy or a parody. There are elements to it that are very self-referential, feel very much like a parody, and a lot of that has to do with kind of the 21 Jump Street thing and probably stuff from the TV show. And then there are elements of it that are just kind of a straight-up buddy comedy with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. I'll tell you what works and what doesn't work, in my opinion. The straight-up comedy stuff, I think, works. It's pretty funny, pretty hilarious. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum have good chemistry together. Some of their timing is just perfect. The surrounding characters around them, I think Rob Riggle especially, are very, very smartly funny in those moments. But where it doesn't work is the parody moments. It feels very much out of place. It kind of takes you out of the movie. You then realize, oh, you're in kind of a jokey joke, self-referential kind of thing now, and it's jarring enough that it creates a distraction, in my opinion, from the rest of the movie. And a lot of that also has to do with, there seem to be a lot of in-jokes to the 21 Jump Street TV show, and I didn't get those, because I never watched the show, and so there are these chunks of movie where I'm just going, I think that's supposed to be funny. The way the characters are acting is making me think that's an in-joke, but I don't get it. I'm lost. And so there are these sections where you just feel like you're one of the outsiders if you've never watched the TV show, I suppose. And again, maybe I have to talk to somebody who has for more on that. Maybe those jokes are just lost no matter what. I don't know. Point is, those things really kind of lost me. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum are great together. They do a great job, and those moments are funny, but when it gets parody-like and self-referential, it loses me quite a bit. The other thing I really wish they would have done on this is gone for a PG-13 movie instead of going with kind of the raunchy R-rated comedy. It did not need it. It wasn't kind of that Hangover-style movie that you would think of as an R-rated movie. This felt like it very easily could have been a PG-13 movie had they made a few different choices, and I think this movie would have benefited highly from that, both for exposure, and I think it would have helped them zero in on the kind of movie they wanted to be. The movie is of two minds in that way too. It feels like a PG-13 movie kind of forced to be an R-rated movie. It's a little weird like that. So with those two decisions, I think this actually could have been a very funny and great comedy. Make it PG-13 and stick to kind of the straight comedy. As it is, however, it's not a great movie. In fact, it's far from it. I came away thinking that it's not one I will probably see again, and it makes it hard to recommend.